What's up guys, Blue here, and this is my 7.3 Arms Warrior PvE DPS guide. As you can see, my UI is pretty simple. I don't have it very cluttered like a lot of people do. It's just a damage meter, standard Blizz UI, got everything set on the number keys, shift modifier, control modifier, and then just F1 and F2 for my potions. That way I can always get that pre-pot at the last second and don't have to go too far out of the way to get it during execute phase, hit my potion of the old war. I also run weak auras, and that's the most important thing for my setup, tracking Colossus Smash, Shattered Defenses, Battle Cry, and the most important is Rend. I have Rend set that after 2.4 seconds is remaining, it'll glow, do a shing sound, that way I never forget. The most important thing about this single target spec is to keep Rend on the target, and then I also have Executioner's Precision to glow at 2 stacks, that way I can remember that for my execute phase. That'll all be linked in the description below. There's a couple different specs you can run for arms. Single target looks like this: Dauntless, Double Time, Rend, Bounding Stride, Titanic Might in for the kill, and Ravager. This is the best for single target. Used to be viable to run Trauma, Fervor of Battle, and it was a lot simpler, but the numbers just don't do nearly as well as Rend and Titanic Might. We also have a pretty simple cleave. Just swap the sweeping strikes, and you can cleave your heart out. Leave everything else the same, especially for fights like DI. You're able to keep Rend up and Colossus Smash up on both targets, so your Mortal Strikes are able to hit both of them with the full power of your Titanic Might, and you're getting the double Rend ticks on your target, so that'll definitely increase your damage. We also have a little bit of a different build, which I use for like burst AoE. For that I swapped Avatar and keep sweeping strikes, and I use Convergence of Fate. That way I can have 2 Battlecry, Ravager cooldowns for every time that Avatar and my second trinket, Upper Moonglaves, are off cooldown. Has great synergy because I'm able to, it's about 45 seconds for Battlecry, Ravager, and then a minute and a half here. So it just ends up working out real well for each other, and every single time on Kill Jaden that he spawns the ads, I'm able to drop either Ravager Battlecry or the full Avatar Umbral, and both of those. First thing I'm going to show you though is my single target build, or I'm sorry, the single target rotation. And for that, I just switch back to my mastery stat stick, and the rotation is going to go charge in, Colossus Smash, then hit Rend, then you use your cooldowns, drop Ravager right on the target. About half a GCD later, you hit Battle Cry, and then go into your normal rotation, which is Mortal Strike, Warbreaker. Your 4-piece is going to trigger your second Warbreaker. I'm sorry, your second Shattered Defenses. And if not, you'll have Mortal Strike come off cooldown. You'll be able to use that. Or you'll get lucky and you'll have the Alia's Stoneheart proc and get an execute out of it. Other than that, Slam Span until attack proc, and then Colossus Smash and Mortal Strike, other than keeping Rend up, is the most important thing. So even if you get that Tactician proc, once you need to refresh Rend at that 2.4 second threshold, hit Rend, and then go ahead and do your Tactician proc. So that's going to go ahead and look like this. Charge, Rend, drop Ravager, execute, Warbreaker, Mortal Strike, attack proc, keep Rend up. I screwed up there, slam, slam, attack proc again, and then just keep going with it. Rend, got the attack proc again, keep rolling with it. Got it again, and Mortal Strike. And that's basically it. Just keep on going the same way with Rend off cooldown. I'm sorry, Rend every time it's 2.4 seconds, and then Colossus Smash, Mortal Strike on cooldown, and then slam to fill in. For the cleave spec, just switch to sweeping strikes, do the same thing, and then if there's 3 or more people, I'll usually switch to whirlwind instead of slam. So you'll hit them with the starting, just Colossus Smash, Rend, Mortal Strike, drop your cooldowns, and then instead of slam fill, cleave whirlwind until you get another attack prop. Now the more fun build that I like, swap an Avatar and then swap into this trinket right here for fights with the burst ads like I was saying. And that rotation is going to be even simpler. You don't have to worry about Rend. all you do, Colossus Smash, Mortal Strike, Slam. Drop this right off the bat, and then whenever the adds are up and you're doing your rotation, you'll use Warbreaker to be able to hit all the adds, drop your Ravager, drop your Battle Cry, and then instead of Slam while the adds are up, switch to Whirlwind. But that rotation is real simple, and it's going to go ahead and look like this. Charge in, drop Ravager, and then go into the rotation. Like I said, if there's adds, swap to Whirlwind. In this situation, I always wait for Colossus Smash to come off cooldown, Whirlwind for the adds. Adds are dead, then you can single target, Mortal Strike. Run out of rage, leap out, charge back in, Bounding Stride. Get that sprint. But with this, you never have to worry about rend, and it makes it nice and easy for you. For the execute phase, which we can't test, Wish Blizzard would make a 20% dummy for warriors because it'd be amazing to be able to test out execute phase. But for execute phase, even if you have rend selected, you don't use rend at all during the execute phase. It's just execute spam whenever Colossus Smash comes off cooldown, hit that. 40 rage execute, don't ever use any execute that has less than 40 rage. If you have a Shattered Defenses buff, and don't use a Shattered Defenses on execute if you have the 2 execution or precision stacks. If you have 2 stacks and Shattered Defenses, you want to use Mortal Strike. Other than that, it's just execute spam until you're able to get another Mortal Strike with the double execution or precision and Shattered Defenses. That's the important thing. And there you have it. There's my DPS guide for ARMS in patch 7.3. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible, answer any questions you have. If you liked the video, like, subscribe. We'll make a lot more videos here soon. We'll be doing all our guilds, mythic kills, and then analyzing some logs for some parses I get on those kills just to see how I can do to improve, help myself improve, hopefully help you improve too. And other than that, see you next time.